Hi guys, it's Kiarko here, back with another speed build. Today we're building an art gallery. It is Friday. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. This is the build we're going to use to finish off this week, and let me know what you think of it. I don't think I've built an art gallery before. I'm trying to remember, but I really don't think I have. I know that I've attempted to build art museums like multiple times. You guys have never seen any just because they never really turn out the way that I want them to. This one was cute enough that I felt that you guys would actually like it, and I do feel like it actually is a good art gallery. The reason I'm calling it a gallery and not like specifically an art museum is because first of all, it's not that big, so I don't think it's like a full-on museum. And also I was kind of imagining this place as kind of like a local art gallery, like a place where you know, they feature like local artists, small-time artists, not really like necessarily super big famous people. So it's more of a gallery than a museum. I guess that's the distinction between the two. I'm not sure if there's like an official distinction, but that's like the distinction in my head, is that a gallery is more like small and independent artist based, and museum is more like bigger, more famous based, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's an incorrect interpretation, but that's what I think it is. But anyways, this place is pretty cute. So even though it is a local gallery and it is pretty small, I do imagine that it is pretty successful. Maybe it's like a very well-known local art gallery. This is in the, what's the world called? Oh, I don't remember. It's the world that's supposed to be Los Angeles, right? The world that came with the Get Famous pack. So I did imagine that this is like a local LA gallery, so maybe it's like very famous for like housing local LA artists and stuff. But the exterior is pretty simple. We just kind of have this simple like H-shaped building, all white exterior, but I did add in like a detailing on the front. It's like those like square tile things. I thought it gave like a little bit of texture to the outside, because otherwise the outside would be pretty plain, because there's no like windows or anything, and there's like no like there's not a lot of color. I just kept it pretty simple, you know, just to have the focus be on the art on the inside, I guess. And also I didn't have any windows because I don't think like a lot of galleries and museums have windows from like my experience. I guess it's like a lighting reason, or probably also like an art preservation reason. But so I just didn't include that many windows. I am a huge fan of art museums myself. I love going to art museums. I love exploring art and seeing art from different artists. That being said, museum curation, or like working in an art museum, is something that people like actually go to college for. So it is like an actual study. And that being said, there may be things in this museum that are, I guess, uninformed in terms of how like art galleries should be, you know, arranged and set up. So if there's any, you know, art museum gallery, you know, students or curators or anything out there, and you're like, this is a terrible layout, I am sorry, I did not study this. This is just, you know, from my personal experience of how like I've seen museums laid out and how I've like, or how I would like prefer to have them laid out, I guess, like just aesthetically in the game. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And let me know if you guys are fans of art galleries, if you have any gallery recommendations, you know, anywhere they are in the world, because hopefully someday I'll be able to see it. I freaking love museums, so again, please let me know. But here I am just kind of looking for little doodads, knickknacks to kind of put around the lot. As you can see on the back right corner, I put a big sculpture there and the flowers, and then on the front flower area I'm also going to put other sculptures, just to have like some artistic elements on the exterior, just to like indicate a little bit more that it is an art gallery and not just a random white building. But yeah. Anyways, so before we get to the interior of the building, let me just like give you guys the walkthrough of how this is going to be laid out. So basically, in like how normal galleries are laid out, like you have like collections of certain artists' work all together, right? It's not just like random one-off pieces everywhere. It's like, oh, this section is this artist and this section is this artist. So that's kind of how I laid out the inside, where we're gonna have different sections like dedicated to specific artists. And that was really fun for me because I felt like I was like curating like an artist's work, and trying to like find like an artist's voice in like all these little areas and exhibits. You know, even though this is not real at all and they're not real artists, it was fun for me to like feel like a museum curator, I guess. I feel like that would be a job I'd have so much fun with. Again, I know it's something you have to actually study for and get a degree for, so I don't think it's anything I would ever be able to do, but it sounds so fun to be able to just, you know, explore art and look at art and decide, you know, what art you're gonna curate, where you're gonna put it, like how you arrange it. I don't know, it just seems like a really cool job, and I'm envious of it. But anyways, here I'm putting in all my walls. So it's not like optimal layout because this is a relatively small museum, so I didn't have a lot of space. Or, ooh, not a museum, it's a gallery, not a museum. I didn't have a lot of space, so I just kind of tried to make as much space as I could by putting like intersecting walls in the middle of rooms. What I'm doing right now is creating the little entryway where you walk in and there's like someone behind this desk and you buy tickets. Or I guess you can donate here. It's just like the general like reception area where you talk to another person. And then I'm just gonna put like a little thing on the wall to make it look more realistic, I guess. So our first little corner over here. So on the left side is going to be one artist, and then on the right side is going to be a different artist. So on the left side, we're going to go with an artist who does like sculptural pieces, like sculptural pieces that hang on the wall. So I started out with this green one, which I actually end up changing the color of just because, like, based on the other pieces I chose later, I felt like changing the color would make the corner seem more cohesive, like the artist's tone. But chose this one first because it just looks like a very solid classic 3D art piece. It looks like something that would be in a museum. And then over here, originally I'd go with this leaf, but I ended up changing it just because I didn't like it. Over here I go with, let's see what I do. I went with this one, and then I think I changed it as well. I changed like a couple of these things just because, I was curating. I was being a museum curator. So so I put up that big wall instead. And then I'm gonna put up you see these little papers I'm putting everywhere that have like writing on them. So when you're in a museum, when the art pieces are up, you'll see like little things on the wall that'll like be a description of the piece, like what the title of the artwork is called, what year it was made, any like background or context. So that's what those little sheets of writing I'm putting up next to these paintings or next to these artworks is just supposed to be information about the art. That was really quick, but in that little right corner, I also set up the other artist who does like black and white illustrations and stuff. And then over here in this big section over here, we're gonna have like a featured artist who has like all these really amazing like classical paintings. So you can see me choosing those and putting those up on the wall. This person does very intense older style paintings. Originally I have this like really big one on the back wall, but I ended up sizing it down there. You just saw me do that because like I felt like because it was so big you would want to back up to see it a little bit better, but because like the painting was in an area that was so like narrow, like you wouldn't be able to back up, so I like scaled it down. Yeah, so that's just like those little things I was trying to like think about, like if someone was actually walking through this museum, how would their like experience go, and I was trying to like play into that and take those things into consideration. But anyways, we are in the bathrooms now. So we have 2 bathrooms. They're relatively large bathrooms. Each one has 3 stalls, which is hard for me to fit into the bathrooms because the stalls in this game are so freaking huge. They take up like 6 tiles, which is like a huge amount of space for a bathroom. Because usually I make a bathroom that's like 6 tiles big. So to have like 3 stalls in a bathroom, this is a pretty big bathroom for me to make. But it's a pretty simple bathroom. It's reflected on both sides. It's symmetrical, just all white on the inside. And then over here we just have a little, sit down area. I wanted to include like a cafe where people could get food because I've been in museums that have like cafes and like sit down areas. I just couldn't fit it in, so I just kind of left this as like just a place to sit down and chill, I guess, and like, I don't know, talk about the art and just like a place to rest your feet. Even though it's like a small gallery, I guess it's nice to have like a little resting area. And then we have another painter over here. I really like these paintings. I think they're very beautiful. They look like, I feel like all these artworks look like they could actually be in museums. And I hope that they are, because I know that a lot of, especially the custom content artwork that I was using, I think a lot of them, or a lot of the creators based those what am I saying? Those custom content pieces on real life artwork. Like I'm pretty sure those paintings are from like real artists who like sell their work and like practice art and stuff. So anyways, we're almost about done. I'm gonna stick in a big old sculpture in the middle of this little area, which is just kind of like another exit slash just like another little walk-through space. But yeah, that is the build. It is my first attempt at doing an art gallery. Well, not my first. I've attempted this many times, but it's my first successful attempt. So please let me know what you think of it. Let me know, if you were, going to an art gallery, what kind of artwork would you like to see? Or like, what is like the kind of artwork that you like? Are you like a photograph person? Are you a painting person? Do you like seeing sculptures? Let me know, because there's so much art out there and there's so much to see, and I'm just curious as to what other people think of the art world. And if you guys are museum people, let me know any museum recommendations at all. It doesn't need to be an art museum either. Like, I love all museums. I love seeing cool things and like reading about them and learning. I think it's just really fun. So yeah. Anyways, let me know also, what is your favorite section of this gallery? What would be the section that you would like the most? Is it the painter? Is it this section? Is it the section with the more modern paintings? Is it the sculptural artists? Let me know. I'm always curious to see. Anyways, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.